Have a very merry, healthy, and peaceful Christmas, and trust that it's a wonderful day for you, and spend with your loved ones and friends. And when it happened that you being alone, you enjoying your own company and finding peace and connection within and with your spirit, and enjoying the experience. And let's dive in to what I promised to share, and how those actually emotions, even if we surrounded by a lot of people, we many times might be also feeling alone and having that lack of understanding of our emotions being actually our guides to on the energetic scale, to raise ourselves, to transmute the density of our emotions to more peaceful one, and how to go about it, what is being many times a myth and information and misguidance that's been around for quite some time. There is popularization of that energetic scale of emotions, and there are still a lot of people in the practice, they don't know, especially in the practice, they know about the concept. However, putting that into practice, how that can transform your emotions, how those emotions can become your guides to more fulfilling, purposeful life, more awakened life on your journey, when you have that better understanding. What I'm talking, especially not that awareness of that concept, and especially practicing that on a more daily basis, how that can be transformative, but also what can get you to kind of move forward with that, because of when you even have that understanding, have a little bit more awareness that whatever beliefs you were sold for so long might be actually challenged, and you get to start being aware and taking a lot more aligned steps to see how that can be transformed. What I'm talking about, the stepping stone in that scale is actually anger. That is many times somehow judged for bad guy, and putting kind of down back to the beginning of the energetic scale. And what's the beginning of energetic scale is actually pretty dense and low frequency emotions like guilt, shame, that lingering there. And when the anger, which is at 150 hertz, is you raise yourself up to that significantly. When you calculate if it's around 20 hertz, like just trying to do some math, it's 5, 6, 7 times, over 7 times, 7.5 times, you're already up on the energetic scale. And it's a big stepping stone to actually your desire piece. It's 1/4 from the desire piece, because 150 times 4 is 600. You taking a big leap towards that, and then you tend to believe and been sold for years that if you angry, you get to be guilty about it, you get to be shameful about it, that you expressing anger, and you rolling yourself down the hill to guilt and shame, and starting from the beginning of 20 instead of being at 150. And I'm not saying that anger, that I'm proponent of being angry. What I'm proposing to enlighten the understanding and give the compassion. When you around the anger, your body and you processing your emotion in a very natural way, and having compassion around it, and not around that anger when becoming a charging, because many times it's confusing to the body what is going on, where are we going. To the mind, especially, mind will be freaking out, and having those limited beliefs that anger is not okay. Instead of keep moving up and raising yourself up, you might be sliding yourself down. And when your efforts of 7.5 times of frequency rise is kind of going a wayside, and you're starting from scratch, and there's no kind of way of passing by the anger, you're getting through that scale, through those emotions, and it's up to you how long you want to be in those emotions. And the less engagement and more understanding and peaceful presence that you create around them, the more the better chance for you to actually get yourself to where you want to be, to that path of that peaceful and more sustainable ways, where you can kind of hang around more often, because it won't just make that huge difference and arrive you at that desired destination. And I shouldn't be even saying at the destination, because the emotions are actually energy in motions. So it's constant that. However, like we would love to be more into that peaceful than other ones, and we get to kind of practice more how to go about it, to be where we want to be, and not feeling guilty where we're not there yet. And bringing ourselves down instead of raising ourselves up. So that's kind of some understanding. You can Google up the emotional scale, or of emotional or energetic scale of emotions, and or emotional scales. There's different names for it, and that you have like some colorful charts, in some of them in a spiral, some in like a tunnel, where it's kind of going, raising yourself up and going up, and experience more of those high high frequency and low density emotions, and how that's supporting you. Let's focus for a minute on you, how that brings more of that peace when you start transmuting that energies, because you actually, like the names it says, you all of a sudden at the higher frequency and lower density. Yes, your body might be not and mind trying to grasp that, but that actually can help you, and your body ability is helping you transmute those density, so you can feel more safe. Your mind is getting on board and become opening up, your heart become opening up, your body becoming opening up to that process. And it doesn't require a lot of effort, because we so used to also, and body remembers to that density, and used to dealing with a lot of shame and guilt and lingering around those dense emotions. So it takes practice to unlearn those, and to experience and allowing, and get your mind on board, and get your body on board, get your heart on board, to transmute your emotions, so you can be staying longer at those emotions. And like I said, it's not really a destination. It feels like a destination where we want to head. However, it's an ongoing journey, and there will be testing. There will be people in an environment that not understanding that process, that even if they were introduced, they have a free will, and not willing to put some efforts to experience more of that ease, and more of that expansion of your presence, of their presence. So we get to be a leader, a visionary, especially I want to focus putting more focus on the women, because I know how amazing human beings us as a women how much density we are transforming. So it's time for us to recognize that we get to keep rising ourselves up on that energetic scale to make a difference through difference, because we deserve and we desire that to experience, but also to role model that for others, for our kids, for our families, for our spouses, that it's possible for them. And how do I know about it? It's been an interesting journey for years, practicing more of that concept and beyond that concept through different spiritual practices, because this concept and practice of that is very helpful. However, adding to it some spiritual, even very simple practices can even be even more powerful in creating more of that sustainability of experience, more of the peaceful emotions, and not being so triggered, not engaging so much with others, and helping them actually to raise up as well when we have that resolve and have more mastery of the practice in staying around the peace. We can be that light for the others and role modeling, where they start recognizing that there's something to it, even out of curiosity, that they start experience that they might be feeling lighter in their body, more open in their mind and heart, and that there is a possibility for them. And they, with that taste, they might be more open to put some more practice to it, to have more understanding, to do some research, to practice, to potentially create some spiritual practices where they can empower themselves more, to create more of that presence, create more of that connections to self and to your spirit. And that's what spiritual peace around. It's that connection where with between your body, which is a physical peace, mental, opening your mind, and emotional, opening your heart, and energetic. It's more of that spirituality combined with spiritual practice, where you can experience more of that connection within, and connection with your spirit, and feeling at home, and sharing that home with the others, and make a difference, huge difference for yourselves, but also to make even bigger difference for others. So it's not like we being sold for so long that we have to self-sacrifice ourselves, out of pushing ourselves, keep constantly running out of that fear, out of that shame and guilt. We can actually be empowered to empower others. And that's honestly the only way, because it's yes, there is some possibility. However, when it's not you, your presence is not present, when you're not feeling inspired and empowered, how much difference you can make for yourself, when all of a sudden the density causing some disease in your body, closing your mind and heart. It's a very limited experience. And when you allowing that expansion, it serving you and serving others, and you can create a beautiful legacy. There's a big saying about around the legacy. You desire to be remembered, and even better, live the life of fulfillment and purpose, and it's possible for you. And that rippling even beyond your physical life, where people feel inspired and remember you for how you make them feel, how they felt inspired and empowered by your actually presence, because you choose to put some practice, to put a better awareness, and willing to transform things that no longer were serving, and you can be that inspiration and empowerment for others. So that's some practicality, and the reasons why it's important But practical things I mentioned, I was discussing the scale of energetic scale of emotions, but some practical spiritual tools, very simple, that's some of my favorite, are like starting from the morning. Could be very simple as you becoming waking yourself up instead of just jumping to your day. If it's working for you, fine. When that's kind of creating that excitement and you so joyful. But if somehow you're waking up and you already your mind directing you to some dreadful thoughts and density in the body, create some ease. Take few breaths, conscious breaths, to see more of that it's possible to have an amazing day. What is more even helpful to put both hands or one hand on your heart and one on your abdomen, stomach, and feel that presence, feel that connection within, to let your body know that you're safe, that you can have an amazing day, that your mind will open to that possibility, your heart start opening, and you can really easily raise yourself up in that morning. A simple practice like that. It could be some affirmation if it's landing with you. You can do some energetic clearing of your energy, because maybe you were actually processing through the dreams some intense dreams, and some might be pleasant, some may be not so pleasant, and your mind, when become conscious, possibly start remembering something, and also lacking of understanding what those dreams were about. You might be judging them and feeling like, okay, what will happen? It felt pretty intense, and maybe it resonated with you, and you start fearing and worrying about it, that dream, and trying to actually overthink about it, and you actually potentially, with expanding that focus on that, you might be actually bringing a confirmation of something unpleasant into your experience. So shifting that it's possible, whatever happened, you most likely don't have that control over it. When things happening, then how you approach that, will you react to it, or will you respond to it, when you practicing more of that peaceful presence for yourself, and showing that it's possible for others. I know with practicing over the years, those things, especially in dense environments with people that their emotions were running high, being in a professional as a realtor, real estate, and guiding people, and where their emotions running, and my families and loved ones close, like my daughter, my husband, their emotions, and they not always ready to be more consistent in their practices, but feeling like they could be frustrating with me, and feeling that I'm creating that frustration for them. So having those practices, connective practice with yourselves, will make a difference for you and make a difference for others, where you not engaging so much, and bringing that peaceful, loving, and joyful presence. You can support others, and it will not derail you as well. And important, when you have those intense situations, have that some of those simple practices. It doesn't have to be in the morning. It's recommended actually to practice some of that throughout the day, when you somehow give yourself some space, when some intensity happening, and you successfully potentially overcame that, but you somehow attracted some of that density of the energies and other people emotions, and learning how to process. And that's another big tip, because I didn't know any better. I thought I have a great capacity of keeping that. It was leading me to a lot of dis-ease in my mind, my body, that created because somehow I didn't know how to process those things. That there is some simple potentially practice to move through my emotional scale, to clear my energies so I can keep going up and not just lingering around those densities and accumulating them, because eventually it becomes such a disadvantage and dis-ease in the body and the mind and the heart that can lead to very serious conditions. So that's another kind of reminder why it's possible and why it's necessary and important to create those simple practices to guide you home. So, without further ado, I touch bases on those subjects that I have mentioned in the description, and it's been hanging around a couple 20 minutes. My family want to gather again for breakfast, Christmas breakfast, so I get to kind of run and at this point, sending you so much love, joy, peace, and light around this season. I also will be we're guided to declare the word for the year, and been the journey for 5 years now, where even before I had some kind of words that I was like drilling my mind to have it, and when 5 years ago some words were more kind of at ease coming, and I was on board with them. That started with divine love, then there was divine joy, divine peace, and feeling that transformative effects when and grounding effects when things were getting challenges, that I felt like a possibility that I can transform them to what the guiding words were for that year. And I created some amazing experience and fulfilling experience for myself and for others. And this year is divine light, and there were months that I share around that, and also kind of working on even the last few days how to bring more of that light to my experience. And there was a lot of density with that light, because of transmuting all the dark and practicing even more. And the next year, the word that divine light came kind of earlier, much earlier, even couple months earlier. And this word that I'm about to say, that is also part of a divine series, divine compassion for 2026 being revealed, and already some words that I get to share on a monthly basis around that physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual capacity with letter H are being kind of revealed. So we shall see. I have a few of those, and if that will continue journey or some other will be revealing. That's what those practices. And not just to be of making difference for me, difference for ourselves. That deeper connection within and with the spirit is allowing the spirit working through you and being guided, and it's much more powerful beyond the understanding, but in itself it's more powerful than you can do it on your own. So I'm so grateful for opening myself and its ongoing journey, to be able to practice more, to be able to more open, to be the vessel for God, my spirit working through me, and maintaining and honoring my body, my mind, my heart, so that that work is more fruitful, working through is more fruitful, and I'm stepping more into my power, using my voice and being myself, and who I get to be of service to others, and remember about myself. So that's why I also so passionate of supporting others. I have a community on Facebook, Awaken Women Club, where I'm coming live weekly basis and bringing some inspiration and empowering content. I'm doing the blog, so I posted the link to the page, to my page, awaken-women.com, where you can find the blog posts where I share some of the wisdoms downloaded, and sharing that, and also there is a link to connecting call. I want to, especially for visionary women and heart-centered leaders, to create a space in intimate settings where we can really dive even much deeper together to expand our presence, to make that huge difference in a loving, joyful, peaceful, and light environment with lots of compassion, and also to make a difference for others, to ripple that to our families, to our friends, to our communities, where we can make that true difference and build that legacy. So feel free to go to my website, check the blog post. I believe there is some also links, connecting links at the front of the page, where we can schedule some time and connect together and see how we can collaborate in that capacity, or create more even visibility for each other, where you already somehow have some established community or on the rise of establishing. Feel free to connect, and let's explore that possibility. Without further ado, enjoy your celebrations. Have a wonderful Christmas and other celebrations that you might be having, as well as have a wonderful, prosperous new year. And again, take good care of yourself, and so you can take a good care of others. Much love, joy, peace, and light to you. Take care.